brewery ahead. So in other words, there's a bunch of drunk drivers out here is what they're trying to say. Well, thanks for the warning. I appreciate it. Oh, and they're open. Good. Plenty of drunk drivers out now. I tell you, there's nothing like that first mug of Saturday morning beer to really get you going in the morning. I'll start getting drunk as early as possible. It's only 11:30 on Saturday morning. Whatever. Well, of course, the problem with doing all this is I keep getting notices of recommended turn speeds for all these turns. I get them popping up on my phone automatically, but of course I'm not looking at my phone now. So when I get home, I'm going to have 97 notices that all say, should have gone this speed, should have gone that speed, should have gone the other speed. Oh God. I think it helps me quite a bit. Gets me accustomed to the lean angle. It pushes me more. Without it, I'm just too conservative. On a day like today, I'm a little conservative because it rained yesterday, so I can't tell if there's a big puddle of water right around the corner, and I can't tell if there's gravel on the road. It's kind of cold. It's middle of January, about 40 degrees outside, so that causes traction issues. There's no ice out here. I don't need to worry about ice, but there's just a loss of traction, and I don't want to push myself too hard on these conditions. I'm waiting until March or April or so to really push myself. They killed Bambi! Well, I guess this is kind of the outskirts of town, more or less. There's a little bit of town farther out, but I think this is a pretty good balance. A pretty good balance for animals to find the food they need and to have the peace and quiet that they also need. I've seen deer as far south as Dallas Military Road. Saw a deer cross the highway there once. It's been a year or two. But to get there, the deer would have to go across Fort Walla Walla, and let's see, there's a little park out there that I'd have to cross. I'd have to go across the mall area. The mall had been abandoned for quite a few years, just about abandoned for a few years. And then I'd have to go through quite a housing development to get there. A big housing development we saw back there. I'd have to go through it just to get to where it was, and I think that was about 11 o'clock in the morning. And there's a deer just in the middle of town. I never would have expected that deer to be there. There's really not much between where we saw the deer and Highway 125, the big highway I've featured a few times, the quasi-freeway type thing. That could have been dangerous. I'm starting to wonder, though, if maybe the revitalization of the mall would prevent the deer from going so far south, from going so close to 125. I never thought about the mall development as being a safety mitigating factor, mitigating safety like that. I guess time will tell if that's true or not. I do not do well with these gloves. See, I have two sets of gloves. I have the leather gloves that I like to wear. I normally wear the leather gloves. But now it's about 45 degrees or so. I've noticed when the ambient temperature is below about 50, my hands freeze when I wear my leather gloves. So that's why I tend to wear these winter gloves. Problem is, I just haven't gotten used to riding the motorcycle with these winter gloves. I don't know if it's because they're so thick, or because they feel bulky, or because it's just harder to manage, or I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know, for some reason I just can't do it. I stall at green lights, and I get a little discombobulated and uncoordinated, and I don't know. I'm a little ambidextrous to begin with. I call it ambidextrous to begin with, but well, with these winter gloves, I'm just horrible, you know. But the main reason I'm out today is because it's December 1st, 2017, and basically I'm just riding for the sake of saying that I've ridden my motorcycle in December in Walla Walla. Try to use that as a measure of how severe winters were. And of course, that's not very reliable. I think we got snow in October this year. I think we got snow in October, November this year. Didn't stick though. As soon as it hit the pavement, it melted. A couple of years though, boy, we had a very mild winter. I went skiing shortly after New Year's for 3 consecutive weekends. The first weekend at the base of the ski resort, it was 50 degrees and raining. It was raining at the ski resort in the middle of January. The next weekend it was warmer than that, and the weekend after that it was even warmer. The third weekend it was so warm that boy, most of the bottom half of the mountain was closed. There was just a little bit of snow at the peak, but I don't know, most of it was just ice or slush. I know I should have brought my luge, my bobsled, you know. But I was going to school, taking civil engineering at the college in town, and they offered a skiing class, so I did that as part of the PE requirement. That was fun. I fell down so many times that boy, I couldn't even sit down for a month, you know. I had to ask my instructors to let me stand during class, stand or kneel, and my tailbone was just shattered just about. It was so bad I nicknamed myself Blue Tush. Yeah. Obviously I didn't check and nobody wanted to verify. My surveying instructor has a rule, trust but verify. He did not verify. Thank God. Hi. I really should have read for that guy. I'm sure a lot of people think I'm ignoring them, but in the way I see it, I don't really mean to ignore people. It's just you know, safety is my number one priority. And sometimes that means not waving at people, not greeting people, not revving, not looking as awesome as I could. Be sure to like this video if you like the editing.